Hey guys, it's Chris with Blind Man's Bluff Gaming, and welcome to your Gears of War 2 review on Xbox One. My favorite thing. The amount of innovation that they did in Gears 2 that they added from Gears 1 is amazing. From the new weapons, the mulchers, mortars, meat shields, and mauler shields, Cantus gun, ink grenades, along with the new enemy types. The butchers, the grinders, the maulers, the Cantus, the tickers, the blood mounts. Epic did a fantastic job of just giving us more of what made Gears 1 a AAA experience. To summarize the plot, the light mass bomb didn't destroy the Locust and the war rages on. The humans have fallen back to the last city, Jacinto, and are planning a last-ditch assault to end the war and survive. Excitement level. Gears 2 matches the excitement level, fun, and variety of Gears 1, and exceeds it by adding new enemy types, new guns, and more vehicle levels, and a deep storyline. Controls. The controls are tight and fine-tuned from Gears 1. Graphics. I played this on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility, and it looks and plays well. I didn't have any issues. Sound. Gears features AAA sound effects and AAA soundtrack. One part I thought was really cool was when you're in the hollows, it kind of has like this Diablo chanting feel to it. It's really cool. And my favorite part was actually the end of the game after the ending. It just has this really cool kind of Halo-esque soundtrack, and it's just awesome. Is this game repetitive? No way. This game does a fantastic job changing up locations, adding vehicle levels, and introducing new guns and enemy types. That and the story is interesting. Replayability. There are 4 different difficulty levels, and I've personally enjoyed playing it on Insane. That and Gears 2 introduces a new mode called Horde, a wave-based survival game type that you play on the multiplayer levels and have to survive against 50 waves of the Locust Horde. The difficulty increases every 10 waves, and when this game came out, it was like the first time I beat Horde. I can still remember it. It was like so hard at the time. I mean, it's a lot easier now, but it was so hard. But it was such an amazing experience. Game time. On normal, I would give this 8 to 10 hours. On Insane, I don't know, 20 hours depending. And Horde, I put hundreds of hours into.
Where did that come from?
My dislikes. The only real dislike I would say is I think the aim could be fine-tuned a little bit. Just because, and I'm using an Elite controller, so it's the fine-tuning is already in the controller, but I think it could be a little bit better. Pro tips. Number 1, have a ranged weapon. Gears 2 features longer sight lines, so it's a good idea to have a hammer burst, a long shot, or even a bolt hawk pistol to take advantage of those longer sight lines. Tip 2, pick up the mulcher if you find them. The mulcher and even the mortar are really powerful, and generally speaking, they do drop them in the game for you at good times.
What is going on here?
Number 3, use the chainsaw on wretches and sires. The chainsaw works really well on wretches and sires, but it does not work well on anything else, because Gears 2, they put in like a lot of stun/gib. So like if you get shot by a bullet, you just kind of sit and twitch for a couple seconds, and the same thing works on if you're trying to chainsaw. That, and they added the chainsaw duels in here, where if you you run up on a dude and he pulls out a lancer, you're gonna be dueling, and they're not hard to win, but it's still Number 4, trying to chainsaw Locust can be hit or miss. Basically what I just said. It can be hit or miss, and I know there were a couple times I would go charging up with my Gnasher, and yeah, dead. Who I'd recommend this game for? The first type, players that care about story, I would absolutely recommend this game. I think it's actually a must-play for you.
Random.
Action players that don't care about story, I'd absolutely recommend this game for you as well. I think there's a ton of gameplay here, and you know, if you cut through it too quick, I definitely recommend playing it on heroic if you are, you know, a more seasoned player. Multiplayer only players. No, I doubt Gears 2 has much of a community left, especially with Gears 4 coming out. Gears 2 multiplayer, when it first launched, was actually pretty busted, because a lot of the maps you could, like, there were invisible walls you could melee through and do all kinds of crazy stuff with. But they did fix all that stuff, so eventually it became pretty good. But if you're just for multiplayer, I wouldn't recommend it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to give this game a 9.4 out of 10. I think it's a must-play for anyone who really loves a great campaign with a really interesting story. I mean, dude, it isn't... I know I'm trying to think of a game with a great story, but it isn't Star Wars or so, I don't know, but it isn't like super, you know, deep or anything. But there is actually really interesting story here that fits with the Gears universe. And just to think of it, I will give you guys a PSA here. As I'm recording this, we're about 2.5 weeks away from Gears 4 launch, and you can, if you pre-order Gears of War 4, you'll be able to get Gears 1, 2, 3, and Judgment free as a pre-order bonus, and I would highly recommend it. I think it's definitely worth it. Even if it's something you're going to put on the back burner for later, at least you have them, and they're a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and hey, stay awesome.
Over there and finish it off. Or we could ride it. Speed this whole operation up.
Reavers were one thing, but a Brumak?
They can ride them. So can we.